Just picturing the aquarium. Wait. Another thought about this. We're about to go down this path that this photo has to be fake because the statue is not there, which it was supposedly the night of the crime. Though we can't prove that because our memory only, even if our memory can be considered proof.
I'm trying to find that spot. Oh.
We only know about how it looked the next morning. Like, this is a roll.
No, we were there.
This is a rolling statue.
Yeah.
It can move in, it can move out.
Yeah.
In fact, that has been proven by the first day of investigation. It was over the paint stain. And the second day of investigation, it had moved because some workers had moved it.
You're confusing the two, I think. We were there the night before, like the night that it got stolen.
Oh, okay. So it is our memory. Okay, I am confusing the two. I thought that, like most crime scenes, we'd only seen it after the crime took place. So, okay then. We are 100% hinging upon Phoenix's memory then.
Yeah.
For a rollable statue. But once again, this is a rollable statue. We could have left that day. A worker could have moved it. Like, there's nothing. I'm just saying that this is the least concrete evidence probably that we've ever seen presented.
If they have the security camera set up, they've probably taken tons of photos. So just compare them along the line.
What I wouldn't give for the Phoenix Wright universe to have video cameras, instead of fucking photos.
Maybe in the future.
All right, let's go.
Let's get to this funny part.
The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Whose blood is it? Now this case is getting interesting. Take that, you hoser, you fucking Canadian fuck. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Uh-oh.
Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture? According to museum rules, this statue was supposed to be there at all times.
Oops. I'm not good.
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following, and just trust me on this.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there on the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. I have no horse in this race, so you know I'm telling the truth. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. Objection. Objection. The statue's on rollers.
But why, when I went there the day after the theft, the statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner?
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than...
Oh. Oops. I'm getting old. Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. Very hard to push. It would have taken more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us a rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one who moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Wait a minute, we know that Adrian Andrews pushed it over the paint, but who moved it away from the paint?
We don't know. As far as I know.
Present Adrian Andrews.
Really? I don't think it was
on the night of the crime. Oh, you're saying who moved it?
They're asking
Who
Then
was it that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Why would it be moved away? Who would have any reason to move it?
It wasn't blocking the door or anything, was it?
No. Wait, look at me. When did the statue arrive?
The day of the
crime.
crime.
And
The day of the crime moved again that night. They're specifically asking who was the one that moved that golden statue on the night of the crime.
I don't know. Why would Look at Me move it? And why would Adrian Andrews move it? If Adrian Andrews would not move it off of it because it would... They must have been a lot of heart. You gotta turn your thinking around. My head hurts. I don't know. What do you...
Who would have moved it? Now then.
Who was the one that moved the golden statue? Adrian Andrews wouldn't because it would reveal the paint, and she doesn't want everybody to see that paint.
Would Luke at Me have moved it because he took the picture on possibly a different night, and the statue wasn't in that picture, so
He moved it so that the picture wouldn't be seen as a fake.
Yeah.
So Look at Me moved it.
Yes.
But it just seems stupid that he was all sweating then. How? I guess I just keep getting hung up on the fact that we have no evidence that the statue was there. We have none, except for my testimony as the defense attorney.
There's my testimony, and we could pull other people in, and they could say, yeah, or they could look at other photographic evidence.
We would, so it would be testimony based on the Adrian Andrews or something. It's not proof.
Yeah, it isn't really, but we'll present. Look at Me? Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I don't know. On the night of the crime, I guess. Yeah, sure. The one who moved the statue is none other than Look at Me! Come now, the lawyer! Then there you go again with your strange delusion?
Mr. Wright, what is the basis you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple, however. Why would they want to move a heavy golden statue?
And he had only started working there 20 days ago, and she spilled the paint.
Within that time.
14 days ago, yeah.
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Master Mask. To create an alibi by showing you were at the Lordly Tailor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. The statue had been there. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. He's referring to if the statue had been left over the paint, not if the statue had been in the photo. If the statue, this is very confusing. This is confusing the player because Phoenix is referring if the statue had been there, being on that spot, not in the photo, but at the crime scene.
Yeah.
It would have exposed like a cheap film.
Yes.
That is confusing. That is why you moved the statue. It's so easy to think he's referring to the photo.
A single fatal flaw?
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist?
Right,
wait a minute. Unless it is...
presented it before. Oh no, the lie is up here because
it's not the right time. Yeah, do that. It's fake. We're getting down that direction, right?
Okay, you're feeling confident about this? I think so.
Yeah. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp.
But what do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke at me went to KB Security and murdered Kane Boulard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at the Lord Taylor at this time.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed beside the warehouse door? Just remember what I told you, Your Honor.
Well, you said...
The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. It was placed there to cover up the paint.
Thanks for backing that up, Godot. That makes
Yeah,
my
dude.
job easier. Not that they would have asked me for proof anyways. Exactly. Luke at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place, even though the game has repeatedly told us over and over to take our word for it that the timestamp cannot be faked.
I really believed them.
Cannot be faked.
The timestamp technically isn't.
But the record also says a
I know,
photo
that's
was
the
taken
thing
that
that
night.
fucks me up. I don't like that part. I'm confused by that
It's
part.
gonna turn out that in the end, oh, I really had to convince that I could not fake it, but I made the program, didn't you know, you stupid?
What the?
Of course the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet.
Ah!
So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak.
Because their tail will get caught.
I love that analogy! I would be worried if I were a kitty too.
No, he's just stunned. He's just thinking about how he's gonna use it when he gets home.
Honey, I'm as nervous as a cat in that rocking chair factory.
Why are you nervous, honey?
Oh, I should have waited to use that.
Yeah.
Why? Because something was there that wasn't supposed to be there. Had been brought down in place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke at me had to move the statue at the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo.
Order, Mr. Admi, is this true?
One moment, Your Honor, have you forgotten this? Okay.
Yes, okay.
So part of what this is then is what the game's been trying to do is trick us by giving us a red herring to make us think of the camera and the record as one and the same.
Yeah.
But I think what they've done a poor job at, though, is making it clear to us that the timestamp is not stamped by the program. That the timestamp is in the camera. Like how when you record and you tell the camera to put the date on it.
Yeah.
If you captured it with a capture card, the capture card has nothing to do with the date that's on there. I don't feel like they made it 100% clear that the timestamp isn't done by the program.
Well, also, who printed off the picture and I don't.
Well, the thing is, yeah, all right.
What's that?
The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera didn't go off at the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have been allowed you to tamper with the data. We thought that.
You thought that.
Order, Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down!
My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during the trial, which means I am stuck to the last drop. Folger's reverence.
Wait a minute. No coffee lover would be caught dead drinking Folgers. And I'm sorry if I offended those who drink Folgers, but a coffee lover grinds his own beans. And he's talked about his own personal blends, but whatever.
Someday I'm gonna test you on that. I'm gonna make you a Folgers someday.
You try to get me?
Yeah. I think I will get you. I put 1 out of 5 scoops a different blend today, and Fraser was like, this doesn't taste right.
She'd put 1 different coffee in with the coffee I usually have, 1 scoop out of 5. And I was able to tell that it changed somehow.
So actually, I think that
I probably would
you
know the
will
difference.
However, the defense has a very good point.
But Folgers with flavor crystals, Judge. It's okay. People that drink Folgers know what they're doing, and they don't like doing it. All right.
A good point, so what? We are all the travelers on the road of infinite points.
I think you got your points mixed up on your other points.
So say this photograph was ahead of time, and that the statue moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point I can't be denied.
Which is?
That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's beautiful.
No way! Don't fall for that, Your Honor!
Hey, Mr.
Damas. Oh, sorry. Hey.
Hey, Mr. Damas.
Yes, that's me.
Is there no funny business in your actions as Master Mask? There should be no problem with your telling us your strategy, so let's hear it.
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony.
All right. Take another break here. When we come back, the second Look at Me testimony continues as Trials and Tribulations. I'm getting, like, tired.
What's up, man?
Need more coffee. It's because you put that 1 different scoop in.
It fucked up
It
your
fucked my whole rhythm
day.
for the day.
Holy shit, I will not do that again.
All right, we'll be back after this.